Okay, all right. Time is 7 o'clock, so we should start on time. Ma'am is already joined with us. Thank you so much, all the participants, for your participation. But I would ask that you raise questions during the sessions if you have any doubts. That's what no, I spoke to Professor also. Okay, Akash Gowade sir, and he was also insisting that you should raise if you have any doubts during the session. That's very much needed actually, in fact. Okay, otherwise it would be a monologue. Okay, ma'am will keep on discussing different points and you will listen, but that's not the ideal way for no effective learning. So thank you so much once again, and good evening, ma'am. uh,
Good evening, sir.
I request you kindly please take over the session. Thank you
Yes, sir.
once again.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everybody. I hope you all had a nice day, and I also hope and trust that you found yesterday's session useful. As Sir mentioned, I'm looking forward to having more conversations with you people, so that we can learn together. And the concept is because I understand you all come from a management background, and there are a lot of options for you when you're looking at jobs, because when you start, maybe if you're in the second semester, a few months more, I mean second year, a few months more, and for the first semester students, just a year more before you start looking for jobs. And so when you are getting an opportunity to look, we are just trying to help you understand areas which can help you find good jobs. So that is the intention. So let's move forward. Yesterday I had spoken about, I hope this is visible, because if I put it on full screen, it's difficult for me to move the screen. I am not able to see which is the next one. That's the reason I am keeping it this way. And I'm also not putting the video on because I think it's not necessary. Anyways, if as long as I'm clear, that is fine. I hope I'm clear. You can
Yes.
just mention it as one or something in the group, so I can understand in your chat box, so I understand that you can hear me clearly. Well, yesterday I just gave you some real time information. Real time meaning what actual companies are doing using digital marketing strategies, because I started with the strategies because I knew that all of you are aware of what digital marketing is, so I didn't want to waste time on that. And so I went into this. Now, talking about strategies, I told you that we will be following up on the next day, that is today, about the difference between marketing strategies and marketing campaigns. So now when you look at I just put in these points. One is because maybe some of you need to take a snapshot of this, or it'll be easier for you to understand. That's all. But I'll be giving you examples of as well. So when you're looking at strategy, as I told you yesterday, it's a long-term plan. You're looking at it for a year or beyond. Whereas a campaign is usually for a shorter period of time. Say like I said, you have the Ganesh festival happening, and you need to ensure that your sales happen during that time. So you mark all your strategies, or your focus, your activities, your objectives on that festival. Based on that festival, you're giving impetus to that festival, and then making ensuring that people buy your product or service. So that's a campaign. See, when you have a cricket match happening, and you come up with a specific kind of product with the signature of all the say supposing you are selling a health drink. Okay, and you have on your labeling, you have the names and signature of all the cricket players on this. This is to commemorate the maybe the cricket match that is happening in India, or maybe in your place, around your place, something like that. So this is a campaign, it's not a strategy. Okay, so to ensure that the strategy works, you're using campaigns. It's like that. So strategy is the main blueprint of all your activities or your plans, and you're putting it into action using different other methods. So strategy and campaign are not the same, they're two different verticals, you can say. A campaign is a part of the strategy, that you can say. Okay, so an example I've also mentioned here. Company can use marketing strategies for brand awareness, customer retention, then marketing in a particular place, or ensuring that they beat competition, or a competitor has come up with new concept, a new product. So you're using strategy to ensure that your customers or your present customers do not, shift over to the new product and so on. Whereas when it comes to a campaign, you use it for a specific product, or you are making use of a particular event. Now we have this certain event, like we'll have the new year happening very shortly. So we call it Yugadi in Karnataka. So to commemorate that, you will come up with some strategies, saying that there is a free consultation service, based on which we will give you a very good offer which you can use for the whole year, and this will happen only during that particular day, that is Ugadi. Or maybe for Republic Day, you say that Republic Day is over, but I'm just giving you an example. So you using some specific event or something like that to promote your product, it's a campaign. Okay, the scope is very broad in case of a strategy, whereas in case of campaign it is more specific. So when I say I am selling health drink, and I have the names of the cricket players with their signature, probably all those who are fond of cricket, all of those who like to watch cricket, either play or watch cricket, would definitely like to have a copy of that, because they have the signatures of all of them, or maybe a t-shirt with all the signatures. So all these things come under campaigns. Okay, and the time frame for strategy is always continuous. Hello, is there a problem? Hello. Okay, in case of time frame, strategy is continuous, because you have to achieve your goal. If you have to ensure that the objectives are met, it has to be a continuous, continuous meaning you're checking and controlling. You know the management principles, right? Planning, organizing, directing, controlling, that the same thing. So it's a continuous process. Whereas for campaign, it's only till that particular duration is there. Once the duration is over, then the campaign is over. It's like that. Okay, I go to the next slide. The objective is to build a brand image in case of a strategy, whereas in marketing campaign, it's usually to enhance the sales, to increase the profits, or to make the product more popular. These are the objectives of a campaign, whereas in case of strategy, it is much more deeper, it is much more huge. They are focusing on building brand images. It looks at future goals, what it can achieve, like it wants to increase the turnover, it wants to come up with new products and services. See, you've heard of Elon Musk. When you hear his talk, what he talks is not campaign, he's talking about strategies. All that he speaks is all strategies. If you just listen to him, you'll understand. And the strategies are usually based, now I've mentioned campaign, I mean components, that is strategies. If you want to include good strategies in your marketing, that is your digital marketing, you have to ensure that you get the right information. Only then you can make the right strategy, right? So on what basis do you get the right information? Through market research. So research is an ongoing process. It is not just when you're studying and you have a research project and you submit it, and then you say it is, you feel it's a huge burden, you finish it, and then you say, oh my god, that's over. But in fact, that is a continuous process when you get into jobs, when you get into a career. Even if you're starting your own business, if you say that I'm not interested in working for someone, I'm starting my own, still research is a very important aspect. Research is not in terms of how you're doing your all those most of it is the same. It's not the preparatory pages where you talk about certification, then you're a student of this institute and all that. That is from your examination and as a student point of view. But when it comes to corporates, they are continuously doing research through collecting data. See, every time you go to the mall or you visit a mall or an exhibition, you will see them asking for you buy a ticket, the entrance ticket, and then when you walk in, you will find a huge bucket or something like that, and they tell you to drop in that ticket mentioning your name and address. So to win they'll say there's a winner, and that winner will get a new car or something like that, maybe a swift car or something, which is quite attractive for people, especially the middle income group of people who get into all such things. So or maybe an iPhone. See, these are things which is attractive, or a Kia car, something like that. So obviously when you are looking at trying to win a lottery, you will mention your name and address and so on, right? Every information, everything that you're mentioning on that card is information, or in technical words it is data. Okay, so every time we are giving them information, is the data that they are collecting, and that data is being used to come up with these strategies and so on. Okay, so every phone number that we share costs money for the company to get an information about you, and then decide on. I'll be telling you about something called persona as we move forward. Okay, so this is basically how strategies are made or built. It is basically a good strategy happens through a proper market research. So you research in terms of getting feedback from consumers. See, if feedback is not only through that way, okay, there are other ways in which you will get calls, or when you buy a product or service, every time you are buying something, you're being tracked. I think all of you are aware of that. So as we are being tracked, that's the reason why when I check on a particular platform for a product or a service, and then later on, after even after a few days, I go back to that site, I'll immediately find a lot of suggestions. Would you like to buy this, or there's a new offer for this product, which or there's something in your cart. See, all these are AI, that is part of digital marketing. Okay, so you'll part of AI telling you, or helping you to recall and then go back, change your mind, and then make a purchase. So this is part of these marketing strategies. Okay, so and as I told you, research is a very integral part of marketing. And in fact, if you take up marketing as a specialization, you should be good in HR and finance as well. It makes you a good marketer. It's not and marketing is not just about selling products. It is more about strategies, and it is one of the highest paying professions, as long as you are you have the required skill. Okay, and now coming to campaign, it is more about one product, one event for a particular small period of time, maybe for a week, maybe for 2 days, maybe for a day, maybe even half a day. So all these things come as we call them as campaigns. I hope I'm making myself clear. Can you just mention two to say yes? I'll understand that you have understood. Can you mention the number two? We typed number one. Now can you just type number two, so that I know you're listening and you understand what I'm saying? Or you want me to change, be a little more slower? Hello? Yeah, Jayesh Patel, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Pallavi, thank you. Okay, I move ahead. Okay, I understand that you're able to follow. Okay, fine. So now coming to, so measurement. Another important aspect of a strategy is you should be able to always anything, you should be able to measure, whether it's a campaign or a strategy. Measurement means you should know how many people you're meeting, how many people have responded, what was the outcome of that. All that is called as measurement. Okay, so it's based on that that you understand how successful your campaign is, and so on. And the next is, I mentioned, is adaptability. Strategies are flexible. It should be, it's not that are, they should be flexible, because as and when things, many times as you plan, you can't, it's not possible for you to implement everything. So what you do is, you it should be flexible enough to be able to meet those challenges that you face as you proceed with your plan, as you implement your plan, because they could be external forces. Okay, the macro environment, that is the political scenario, or the social scenario, or the economic scenario as well. So all these things, economic, social, cultural, all these play a major role. Like, in March 2020, when COVID struck, all the campaigns went haywire because nobody expected that to happen. But then, see, ITC came up with a very good plan. You know what they did? They started, because everything was under lockdown. We were not allowed, permitted to go out. But then groceries required. We need food, and everybody's at home. You, when you can't move around, the only respite you have is maybe watching television, or snacking. And so what ITC did was, since they allowed food items, I mean, like, the delivery was permitted, not hotels, but the food, and like, Amazon and Flipkart and so on, such um, uh, you know players were allowed to, service providers were allowed to sell their wares through home delivery. So what ITC did was, they put in their things in a van, went to apartments, and then started making, selling their products. So that's how they continued with their sales. It was not they didn't stop, or they didn't have a reason to stop. They found ways. You call it as blue ocean. Okay, blue ocean strategy. So that's basically it. And so that's what we meant. I've tried to say, I meant by being flexible or adaptable. So they took the situation, they were it was not their plan, but they immediately changed the plan, and they adapted to the new environment, and then they started continuing with their sales. Okay, marketing and sales. So these are strategies. Whereas in case of marketing campaigns, it is, as I told you, for a specific event, or for a particular day, or something like that. Campaigns are you know more focused, I can say. Now, this is something I think I added specifically for you people, because I think you'll be interested to know digital marketing strategist job opportunities. So, if you're interested, you could become, and these are all quite well paying. Of course, you need the skills. It's not very tough. You need focus. That's all. Anybody can learn. So you can become a digital marketer. You can become a digital marketing executive. You can become a social media specialist. You can become a graphic designer, maybe a copywriter, a SEO specialist, a market analyst, a content strategist, even an influencer. You can do it in your spare time, or it can be part of your regular job. All this are something that, upcoming jobs, I can say. Okay, and I'm just trying to see if I can add this video. Let me see if that happens. Good, well and good. Can you see? Is it visible? Is it visible?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, okay, okay. I Is there anything you can help me with? Because I'm trying. Just
No,
a minute. Yeah.
once the video is on,
Ah.
so you have to share that particular window in the Google Meet.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
That
I'll try
window you
that.
have to share.
I'll try. I'll try. I'll try. Just give me a minute, please. Sorry. Just give me a minute. Yeah, how do I share this? I'm not able to see because I've come to this YouTube and
Ma'am,
uh,
you open that
yes, yes,
YouTube, okay,
yeah, yeah,
in a window,
yeah,
then you go to Google Meet in the presenter, that icon is there.
yes,
Click
yes.
there and share that particular YouTube window.
Okay, 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 okay. Fine, sir. Fine, sir. I'll put it on. Then yes, sir. I think it's visible now.
Yes.
Yes,
Hello,
yes.
future captains. Anand Milk Union Limited, which we dearly know as Amul, is almost a 75-year-old plus brand. But you know what, guys? Amul only spends about 1% of its total revenue on advertising and marketing, while other leading brands spend about 8 to 15% of their total revenue. And to top it off, the Amul girl, who is a household member for all our utterly butterly delicious dishes, costs around 4 to 5% of the total spend on marketing. Now, most of you already know Amul's success story, its history, and how it brought the white revolution in India. But very few of us know how phenomenal the marketing strategies of Amul are. Guys, you know what? Even during COVID-19 lockdowns, Amul managed to do a turnover of rupees 53,000 crores, adding 60 new products and also paid 800 crores extra to the rural milk farmers. And this year, the brand is about to clock 60,000 crores sales mark and is also eyeing to achieve 1 lakh crore by 2025. The question is, how does Amul stay on top by spending so little on marketing? And most importantly, what are the marketing lessons that you and I should learn from this marketing case study in order to become future ready marketers and creators? The answer to all these questions is the umbrella marketing strategy used by Amul. Let's try and understand this by looking at a big multinational conglomerate. For example, Hindustan Unilever Limited. A subsidiary of Unilever, a British multinational, HUL has about 50 brands in its portfolio. All these brands are marketed separately. From Axe Perfume, Brooke Bond Tea, Dove, Kisan, and even Quality Walls, the brand has marketed all the products in different names. Whereas Amul has a diverse portfolio of the products, but under the same name of Amul. This strategy is called umbrella marketing strategy. As per the current MD of Amul, Mr. R.S. Sodhi, Amul is a one-child theory. He explains that due to umbrella marketing strategy, the brand is able to spend very less on marketing. With less genre of products to cater to, the brand focuses mainly on food items. Amul markets all its products, be it milk, chocolates, butter, cheese, biscuits, or even ice creams, all under the iconic brand tagline, Amul, the taste of India. The iconic tagline has not changed for more than 25 years now. Moreover, the brand tagline Amul Doodh Pita Hai India has also been present for more than 17 years and still counting. But the question is, how has Amul managed to stay relevant for decades?
Somehow there's no sound.
Sound, man.
Yeah. Can you hear?
No.
I think that's because of the video. Somebody has muted. Please check that. Somebody is muted.
Ma'am, this is your window, no?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you are
but
the
somebody
you are the
seems to
no, you are the co-host. Others can't do.
can't do it, is it? But I didn't do
No, no.
anything. It suddenly stopped.
But we are able to hear your voice.
Yeah, I that's
You
why
are
I'm
audible.
wondering.
But this
Ah,
particular window, it's not audible.
yeah, I know.
We can't do
Suddenly
it.
it stopped.
Even I am trying. I'm not able to, unmute. It is muted. I don't know how it is
Yeah, I
muted.
know. I too
Others
do
can do.
not know how it got muted. It's a wonderful video, and
No problem, ma'am. Let's.
you can read the subtitles.
No, no, it's very small. Okay, I pinned it. I think it is muted from your YouTube, that volume control.
No, sir. I
I
checked
know.
that also. It's not. It suddenly just stopped.
Mhm.
It is that gentleman that you saw who came up with the drawing of this Amul girl. I'm just giving some hints because it's not somehow technology is not supporting. Audio is not supporting suddenly. I do not know why. So you can see that Amul currently has its presence on all social media platforms. Yeah, this is exactly what I told you about yesterday. Strategy, one of the strategies, video influencer. I hope you understood what that umbrella marketing strategy meant, because that has been helpful, very helpful to Amul. I hope you found that useful. I'm just going back to uh,
holds more than 70% of the market share of India.
it is on.
The sound just came and went off. I think
Yes,
there may
yes.
be something from your side.
No, sir, I didn't touch anything, so I'm not
Hmm.
sure how it happened. But anyways, um, so okay. I'm sorry about the audio that happened, but I'll share the link to the YouTube. You can go through it and at your leisure. I hope you found it useful. And did you understand the strategy that the main strategy that Amul was using? When you, at least you would have gone through the subtitles, or at least initially when we found the host talking about it. They use what we call as the umbrella strategy. An umbrella strategy is where they're giving names to all its products, which precedes or suffixes, which has a suffix of prefixes or suffixes the name Amul. So that has made advertising cheaper for them. So that is called as an umbrella strategy that Amul used, and that is what I just wanted to you all to see all that and understand. It gives you a better picture about what it is. So therefore, to build a good strategy, see, I put the source here as well, so you can check this out. You need to have goals and objectives. That is, you need to firstly see, without having a name, without having a set objective, you cannot make a strategy. So you need to define your goals, and you have to identify what you need to look for. Okay, you have to identify your customers. Your customers means, like, yeah, who will actually buy your product. And for this, there's another concept, digital concept, called as persona. A persona is you digitally create a person whom you think would be your customer. Say for example, an aerated drink like Coca-Cola. The It's not that elder people don't drink, but majority of the consumers of this aerated drink are youth. When you have a party, you cannot have a party. Basically, I've seen several of my students, they cannot have a party without a bottle of Pepsi or Coca-Cola. It's part of their party scenario. So for Coca-Cola, who is their customer? It is youth. Okay, that way. So you have to identify your customer who will actually buy it. And then you have to look into the competitor reach. Competitor research is finding out the competitors and analyzing their approach. So that means what type of strategies your competitors are using to because they too have the same product, and how they are going about their marketing campaign. So you need to identify that. That is important. And then you have to see the search engine marketing. That is, yesterday I mentioned about keyword search. That is the SEO, that is search engine optimization, or maybe it could be paid search ads, or it could be paid advertising, or it could be pay per click, or it could be measuring the results of such search engine marketing outcomes. And then you look at social media marketing. That is, you're choosing channels that you wish to put your advertisement on, or you use for promoting your product or service. So it could be the Facebook, Twitter, Thread, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, your even email is also considered to be part of it, or anything like that, whatever a channel that you use. Okay, and then comes the email marketing. Here the difference between these two is that in case of email, as I told you, I'm repeating, it is more personal when you send an email. So you can create an impression by sending an email. So that is also quite a positive way of getting your objectives fulfilled. So you can define your goals of email marketing, you can write attractive emails, you can create a schedule, and you can measure the results based on the responses you get from such recipients of your email. Then you have the content marketing. So this content marketing includes the your blogging, then the press release, maybe the webinars. You see in mutual funds they have a continuous series of webinars with students, with everybody. Okay, so these are some. Then guest blogging, then ebooks. Even on LinkedIn also they have come up with a lot of very good concepts which they use. They just come up with a topic and ask people who are through LinkedIn if they can pass their suggestions. See, even you have Quora as well, wherein someone asks a question and anybody who has the answer can respond. It's irrespective of whether you're a professor or whether you're an ordinary person, whether you're just a school dropout as well. Nobody bothers as long as you can answer a question, and then maybe you have all the knowledge and skill to respond. You can have enough of followers there on Quora as well. So that is another platform which is being used for advertisement. In fact, now I see even apps, general apps. Say for example, the app that all of us in the academic field majorly use. Like we want to take we don't just take a snapshot, we scan a document using our mobile app, and then you find advertisements there as well. Right, I'm sure you also would have experienced that. And then comes the mobile marketing. So your mobile marketing is also helping us to identify goals, choose the platform, and also measure the results. That also helps us to measure results. And then how do we measure the results? This is it helps us to experiment and see how whether that particular concept is working or not. It helps us to explore, execute what works best for the business. It also helps us to make changes. Sudden changes can be incorporated. You have missed out something, you want to add something, you want to change the whole scenario because you feel that it is not working. You can do all that in a jiffy. It doesn't take time, it doesn't too much time, and it is not very expensive. The reach is very vast, and the results you can get real time, real time results. So when I'm talking about results and this measurement, please be informed that that comes under marketing analytics. Okay, so you've heard of this word also, business analytics. Marketing analytics, you have HR analytics as well, you all are aware, financial analytics as well. So like that, marketing analytics is basically what measurement is all about. It helps us to measure how effective that particular campaign has been, or that strategy has been, or maybe a promotional event that you have conducted, how well it has been taken. Because when you look at it in a arbitrary manner, it might look very promising. Maybe it looks like your campaign has been successful, but only when you start counting your revenue, you understand that it is not as successful as it was, and by the time the campaign is over. So you don't have time to make amends or make changes and set right the loss. Whereas when you're using these digital marketing campaigns or digital strategies, you can immediately, at real time, I can know right now how many people have logged into my website and what are the areas in the website that they are more interested in, how many are converting themselves into from prospect to a customer, all in real time I'll be able to know. So that is what measurement is all about. And in I gave you a very general term, but actually when we're talking about measurement, it is marketing analytics. So and I also told you, that is also one of the very promising job that you can look at. Okay, so the next is let me go to the next slide. Digital marketing ecosystems. Yeah, so the online marketing system is formed by these three distinct areas of content. One is the search engine optimization, the second is social media, and the third is target marketing. Okay, so this is basically what we look at when you say ecosystem, means it is a part of what the digital marketing is all about. Okay, so now when you're looking at search engine, now when you say search engine, you understand first of all, you may have a website. Okay, these are some of the channels through which you can do your it helps us to basically understand or make our website visible. Okay, because when a person clicks on your on the advertisement there, the it takes that person directly to the website of your company. Okay, so the SEO, that is search engine optimization, it helps us to improve this website visibility. Okay, in the search engine, so any search engine, you go and you type out this keyword, and if it is you have put in these keywords, that also is a knack, okay, to identify the right keywords. So once you put in somebody types those keywords, all those keywords will be linked to your the website. So anytime that is clicked, you'll find that ad coming in, and and the moment somebody clicks on that, they're taken straight. So it helps to drive more organic means, as I told you yesterday, unpaid traffic. Now we call this term traffic as the number of people who visit your website is called as traffic. Like generally in retail stores we call it as footfalls, right? So in terms of digital marketing, we call it as traffic. Okay, so and this how this leads to sales, convert these into sales. In fact, it also helps us to turn these website contents into what these people are looking for. People means the prospects are looking for, because you'll find that most of them are clicking only on one particular tab, and the other tabs are not being highlighted, or maybe people don't basically observe that. So then that you have to highlight them in a different way, or replace it in a different position, or highlight it with something else which can attract the attention of those the traffic that flows into your website. So that is one. Then other than that, I had mentioned about content marketing, and also that all that comes under the social media aspects. Okay, so this is a strategy that in creating content which people will read, and if you they are what do you say, truly following your content, they're convinced, then every time you put in something, you upload something on the on your particular platform, you'll have all these people reading and assimilating it. They would also be communicating with you, which is, again I said, data. For us marketers, everything is data. Every information that we receive is data, and every data is valuable. So even when they stay quiet, that is information. When they communicate, that is also information. And anything they mention, even in hidden form means you're reading between the lines. Okay, that is also data, because all that helps us to perform better. See, by using these social media platforms like LinkedIn, X, formerly that was Twitter, right? Threads, Facebook, WhatsApp, and all that, to promote see we it helps us first to define the goals, because we know basically who are the what kind of people would be using thread, or what kind of people would be interested in checking out their Facebook. So based on our product and based on the persona, as I mentioned earlier, we are able to identify which kind of social media platform we need to use. And then coming to the target marketing, you understand who are your targets. Like now, for example, let me take an example of I think I used air fryer yesterday. Okay, I'll take that example of an air fryer. So who would be my target marketing? It is not all the women. Okay, we because basically we say that women cook and all those things, but still they are men as well. So the target marketing is basically for, here in this case, not just women who are at home taking care of their families. It is basically for those who are working, because here, as you understand through the videos, the video marketing concept, yesterday we discussed about all that, so I'm not touching too much on that. So when you look at the videos, you are able to understand how you use this air fryer. So a woman who is working, she may find it convenient to prepare something. She can just put it on for 5 minutes while she is multitasking. She can do something else. Once that is over, she need not stand in front of the in the kitchen, front of the stove, waiting for the samosas to fry and get cooked. She can just put it into the deep into the air fryer, brush it with the a little bit of oil, and put on switch on the button while she goes about, maybe if it is for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, while she can do something else in the meantime. So it saves her a lot of time. So this is what that is my target. They are my target. That's my target marketing. So what will I focus on? It is quick, it is easy to clean. You don't have to stand there while it is cooking, and oil splashes on you if you're dressed, and then you have to go change again. See, there's so many things that you can add on to make this target audience accept the product and buy it. I hope you're getting my point. So this is basically it. Then let's move on to the next slide. Yeah. Now, digital marketing channels, quickly, as I told you earlier, all these are digital marketing channels. That is your search engine optimization, the social media, then you have the influencer marketing, your content marketing, your email marketing, paid advertisements included. You have two paid ad models. One is pay per click and cost per impression. Okay, that's also a part of it. I'm not delving into all these things, just mentioning. You can always get a lot of information. Given the time constraints, I'm just putting these things to you so that you can spend the day trying to get more information, and that will help you identify if this area suits you, and you can take this forward as a career. Okay, so this is basically it. And then as I move forward, yeah, this is another important thing. So when you're talking about this strategic planning, overall, to sum up, I can say that it involves these following four important points. That is, you're assessing, you're designing, you're building, and then you're executing. So this is basically what strategic planning can help an individual go about doing. So how is this? What do you mean by assessing? You're identifying what you require. Okay, you're identifying what you require. Based on identifying what you require, you start making your plans and designs. Okay, you're assessing your current state. Basically, you can do it well through a SWOT analysis: your strength, weakness, opportunities, and challenges, or threat. Okay, so this is how you assess your current situation, your current product situation, or your your company's situation. You can also use a BCG matrix to help you assess in which position your product is and where you would want it to be. Supposing it is in the state of the question mark, you want to convert it to or promote it to a star or a cow, then how do you do it? So this is where you're assessing. I hope I'm clear. And the next is design. So design, it usually starts with a mission statement. It's like, the design means the path, your blueprint. It is telling you, first you've already assessed where you are. Okay, the second is you're designing a path, like where we are and where we want to be. Okay, this is basically you're looking at in case of design. And then you're going to build uh, based on these two. That is, your after you have made an assessment, secondly you have created a kind of a blueprint as to where you want to be, when you want to be there, how do you plan to in how long time limit, the time frame within which you want to achieve that. All that, those things come under design. And then based on this assessment and the designing, you're going to build based on your competitive advantage. You have already done your SWOT. So when you do your SWOT, you know your strength. You also identify your weakness. This weakness will be based on what you've identified through your competitor. So you start building based on your competitive advantage, what you are capable of, your strength. Okay, and also of course you're looking at your competitor strategy as well. You need to keep, you can't see, just as much as you're putting efforts, your competitor is also putting equal efforts. That is something we shouldn't forget. You've already studied Porter's 5 force model, right? So that is also a continuous process. So as you identify with that Porter's 5 force model, you are building based on your competitive advantages and the company's long-term objectives, strategies. So this will help in guiding the current state, and then identifying the right kind of design. Maybe you might once you start building on your competitive advantage, you might even make alterations in your design to ensure that your objectives are reached. Okay, and then you'll start managing and executing. So this, when you're building this, it could also mean you're looking into the financial perspective, your customer perspective, then your operational perspective, then the people perspective. And based on this, you will be able to get a clarity of how you're going to reach. In fact, when you look into analytics, you'll be able to even almost pinpoint and say what you can do. You can almost pinpoint. And actually I think they use, it's not, I think, I'm sure they use this, you can use this acronym. Just keep that in mind. It's called as SMART, smart. Okay, acronym. S stands for specific, and M stands for measurable, A stands for attainable, R stands for realistic, and T stands for time bound. So when you make these, you're building these strategies. Okay, I'm talking about building, right? So you have assessed, you have already designed, and now you're building on that. When you're building, make sure that it is specific. It should not be vague. It should be measurable. I want a turnover of 2 crores. I want to ensure that I start 2 more branches in the next 6 months. This is measurable. Okay, next, attainable. Don't come up with plans that are look very fancy. Look at something that can be attained. And then it is realistic. That is achievable, something that is achievable. And you should be time bound. You can't say I'm going to do it in the near future. That near future is not time bound. Near future should be in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months. So this is time bound. It is also measurable. It helps to measure. And lastly, it is managing or execution. This is controlling. In the management terms, we call it as controlling, whereas in terms of digital marketing, we call it as managing or executing. So every member in our team should have some kind of a plan. Team meaning the marketing team should be given some kind of an action plan, and we should also be able to track and put into place the what we see that happens after we put this plan into action. We need to focus and identify and see whether we are achieving our goal. Are we on the right track? And if it is on the right track, then you continue. But then, as I said, we are looking at Porter's 5 O's model. Things can change, right? You're looking at perspective, threat of your suppliers, the bargaining power of your suppliers, bargaining power of your buyers, right? You remember that? So this helps us to have a continuous being aware, taking care of our plans that we have put in place, and ensuring that we reach the right goals. We are able to achieve the right goals. So with this, I conclude today's session. Any questions you'll have, you can ask me. Is it clear? Are you able to follow? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any doubts you want to you have anything to ask, and you need any clarity? What are your areas of interest? Is it marketing or anything else? Hello? What are your areas of interest? Are you all from the marketing stream? Okay, well, I think I'll conclude. Um, I guess there are no questions, and I trust you have understood or you found it useful. Thank you all. We'll meet
Thank you,
tomorrow.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.